Evelyn, was the graduation ceremony today? I just went to the high school and there's no graduation ceremony sign, and it didn't really seem like today was it. I thought you'd been spending all morning getting ready for it, but I never thought you'd really be fooled. What do you mean, fooled? Oh, it looks like the graduation ceremony has been postponed. Wait a minute, what do you mean, postponed? It's not a graduation ceremony today. We're free to go to school, so I'm with my friends. Again? What do you mean, again? You lied to me about the date of our parent-teacher conference. You made it impossible for me to go. Did I? I don't remember that. I mean, the parent-teacher conference and the graduation ceremony can only be attended by the family members. Didn't you know that? I'm your mother. My dad is the only family I have. Are you still acting like a rebel? You're just another one of those women who live on my dad, right? Why did he remarry someone like you? If this was the case, I'd rather have an ex-mom who never said anything to me. You were so supportive when we got married. Well, in front of my dad at least. I'm a good girl in front of him. Yeah, I know. It's amazing how different you can be. Women are scary. Maybe I'll be an actress in the future. So I guess today's graduation ceremony was a lie, and we're having it on another day. Well, I'm going home then. I'll ask my dad to come to the real graduation, but you're not wanted there, you know. I don't want a stranger who isn't family to come. Why do you hate me so much? If I don't like something, I don't like it. Don't be so obnoxious. You're an eyesore in my house. And the food tastes bad just because I think you made it. I really hate it when you flirt with my dad. I'm not flirting with him. He used to do everything I asked. But since you came, he doesn't listen to me anymore. I know you're the one who's been bad-mouthing me. That's not true. We're just strangers. You don't even think of me as your daughter. Because I consider you as my daughter, I'm telling you with all my heart that you can't do what you can't do. That's because you don't like me. And you don't need to like me. I hate you too. I'd be happier if you'd get out of my house. Why don't you and Dad get a divorce, you old hag? How can you say that? Accepting whatever the child wants is not love. Parents have to teach them what they can't do. Don't act like a mother. You are a stranger to me. I don't have time for strangers. My friends and I are going to the amusement park. So don't interrupt me. Amusement park? Do you have that kind of money? You said the day before yesterday you wanted money because you used up all your allowance. Well, I know where the cash is in the house. Don't tell me it's the house money. Evelyn, I told you to manage with the allowance we set aside every month. I told you that already. What's wrong with $300? $300? Don't tell me it's for food. The admission fee went up recently. If you buy merchandise and food in the park, I'd need this much. Think of it as my graduation present. Okay, I'm off. Wait a minute, Evelyn. If it's your high school graduation gift, I give you enough money for your graduation trip. Evelyn. How was the graduation ceremony? She lied to me again. Lied? It's the same as the parent-teacher conference. The real graduation date is next week. But didn't we have handouts and stuff? She must have rewritten the schedule and made a new one. It's easy with a copier. Again? I'm sorry for all the trouble I put you through. I spoiled her too much until I married you. I understand how you feel, John. Because Evelyn's real mother didn't have much love for her child. You must have loved her. Besides, if it was a daughter with a male parent, sometimes there are things that can't be helped. After I married you, I realized that listening to whatever Evelyn wants wasn't the way to love her. I've tried to raise her strictly as a parent since then, but I guess it was too late for that. Evelyn was already in middle school when I remarried you. It's never too late. We've worked very hard on her. I'm not recognized by Evelyn as her mother, and that's my fault. Don't worry, I'm a strong person. Thank you, Anna. I still can't believe Evelyn lied to you. I really think it's her problem. I'm afraid that one day she'll do something big, something that can't be undone, and I'm always worried about that. Right now she still lives at home, and she doesn't plan to live alone after university, so we can still help her. But I'm worried about what will happen when she starts working. If she does something like that again, I have a plan. A plan? If the way I've been doing things so far doesn't work for her, then I'll have to change my ways, won't I? Well, by the way, she said she only wants you to come to the graduation ceremony. Just me? She said I'm a stranger, not family, so she doesn't want me to come. When I get home, I want to see all the messages you and Evelyn exchanged. Huh? Why? What she's sending you, what she's saying to you. I bet she sent you worse things than a stranger would, right? As his father, I need to know. I understand. But if you went through her messages without her permission, I'm sure she'd be very angry. And that would be quite the opposite of what we want. So please don't mention anything about this. Okay. I graduated. At the same time, I also celebrated my birthday and became an adult. I'm finally an adult. I mean, in the end, you and even Dad couldn't attend the graduation ceremony, and I'm really disappointed. Well, I'm glad you didn't come though. Happy graduation and happy birthday. Now that you are an adult, you have to be aware of your actions from now on, and you can't just go around acting like you're the same person you are now. Don't lecture me, old lady. You're just an old lady who depends on my dad's money. How can you lecture me? Old lady. I'm an adult now. I think it's time for your role in this family to end. That's right. I guess there's nothing more I can do for you. Well, I'm going to go hang out with some friends and then I'm going home. But first, I've got some place to go. I'll make it quick. Even though you graduated from high school, don't do anything crazy with your uniform on. Of course I brought a change of clothes. Try not to be too late. Well then, you should get ready to go out. Get ready to go out? I have a surprise for you. I hope you like it. Congratulations. I'm free from today. I'm so happy. You know that freedom comes with responsibilities, don't you? Yeah. Now that you're really a stranger, will you get out of my house? Strangers? I told you, didn't I? I have a surprise for you. I filed for divorce papers for you and my dad. What the? Do you know what you've done? I know what I did. I was preparing to kick the unwanted old lady out of the house. I talked to a friend of mine, and we thought this would be the best thing to do. What did you do with the divorce papers, the signatures, the seals? I know where everything is in the house. I know where all the seals are, and they don't look at the handwriting all the time. That's why my friend's boyfriend and I wrote it for you. That's called falsifying official documents, and it's a very serious crime. No. It's a bigger crime to live under the same roof with a stranger. I graduated high school and I filed for divorce as a surprise for you. I guess that means I'm graduating from high school and you're graduating from being a mother too. Then I'm graduating as a father too. What? Graduating as a father? What are you talking about? You used to be my mother. You are speaking with your father now. Don't be silly. I don't care how angry you are about the surprise or the divorce papers, but just because you're mad at me, don't pretend like you're my dad. It's so lame. You've lied to us about everything. Just stop it. I don't care about any of that. I just want you to get the hell out of my house. You're the one who needs to get out of my house, Evelyn. What are you talking about? Can you stop pretending to be my dad? Dad is at work right now. There's no way he can access your phone. I'm logged in on my computer. What? A computer? Before your mother showed me the screen of your messages, it was too much. I have never seen you like that. I asked your mom to share her login ID and password with me, and that is why I was on the computer looking at your mom's message. Wait a minute, really, Dad? You're seriously saying you've been watching all the talks we've been having? I mean, Mom's looking at her phone right now. But at the same time, I'm looking at it on my computer too. And I'm replying to you. No, Dad, this is wrong. What? You can't explain it, can you? It's... So, about the surprise divorce papers. Who was that for? For you, Dad. You deserve a better person, not someone like that. I divorced and remarried because of my selfishness, and I understand that it was hard on you, so I have been doing whatever you wanted. But I knew that it wouldn't be enough for your sake. So I made my own decision to be strict with you like a parent. I'm fine with just you and me, Dad. If you have money to spend on that woman, spend it on me. After all, you don't like it when you're not the center of the attention, right, Evelyn? Then you should be alone. What? Alone? I told you, didn't I? I'm graduating from being a father. And Mom is graduating being a mother too. You're a grown woman now. You can take care of the rest on your own. What are you saying? I'm still a student. I'm going to university, remember? If you want to go to university, you'll have to earn your own tuition. And earn your own living expenses. Study while living on your own. That's impossible. You're going to university because you want to study. That's irresponsible of you as a parent. Compulsory education goes until high school. Besides, you don't understand the value of money. I do understand. People who really understand it wouldn't take money out of the house and spend it on entertainment. That bitch told you that too? I told you I saw the messages. You are an adult. You want to go to university to study. You chose to go to university because you wanted to. You're responsible for your own life from here on. My role as your parent ends here. I don't know why you're saying this. With freedom comes responsibility. With choice comes responsibility. That's what it means to be an adult. Happy birthday. I'm rooting for you. If you're rooting for me, then pay me. I mean, this is terrible. I filed for divorce so that you and I could live together, okay? To keep your love and money for me alone. That's not for me, but it's for your sake, isn't it? You must love me, right? I've been a good girl in front of you. A daughter who can't take care of the people I love cannot be a good person. If you really care about your father, you wouldn't have filed for divorce without permission. I'm going to live with your mother. You go live on your own. I just graduated high school. There's no way I can do that. Go back to your grandma's house for now. What? Grandma's house? Think about what you're going to do before the university entrance ceremony. I'm not letting you in my house anymore. Are you kidding me? I'm seriously cutting you out of my life. Oh no. I'm in trouble. You're not a child anymore. You know what you're allowed to do and what you're not allowed to do. This is what you deserve. You brought this on yourself, Evelyn. You should be able to understand how people feel. I am honestly really sad about this result. Dad, I'm sorry. I'll change my mind, so forgive me. You're apologizing to a wrong person. I decided not to spoil you anymore. You're not going to learn from the way I used to do things, so I've decided to change my ways. Think of it as your last chance and be sorry and live with it. I've explained everything to your grandmother. Hey, wait, Dad. Please don't leave me. Dad? Hey, Dad or Mom, whichever you are, just pick up the phone. Your father is driving the car now. Mom, where are you right now? I came home and there's no one here, and there's no luggage. If it's your luggage, I sent it to Grandma's, didn't I? Where's your luggage? We moved. Moved? We're on our way to our new place. Where? I'm not gonna tell you. It's a decision we made together. Have you already decided on university and a place to stay? Of course I can't. I don't have the money. We already paid the admission fee. I can't afford the tuition. Hasn't Grandma given you the bank book with all the New Year's gifts and congratulatory gifts from relatives? This is not enough. Well, that's right. You spent most of your allowance and New Year's gift. I can't even move out. But Grandma says I only have a month left at home, so... Well, I guess she can't keep taking care of you like that. I was going to go to university from home. I wasn't planning on living alone. You're right. Your plan was to get us divorced and live with your father, and enjoy the freedom of university life, right? Please, can you show me where you're going to live? I'm not open-minded enough to live with someone I know hates me. I'm sorry. I can't even go to university, and I don't even have a job, so I'm on the verge of poverty. Well, Grandma is letting you stay at her house for another month, right? I suggest you at least learn to do your chores in the meantime. How can I get you to forgive me? It's not about forgiveness. This is what I call a love whip. This is not love. I was tough on you with love, but you didn't learn anything. This is the last thing we can do for you as parents. Please forgive me. I can't deal with this. The fact that I can't go to university while all my friends are there. Or for me to work as a part-timer. Mom, are you listening to me? Hey, Mom! That's strange. Now that you mention Mom, it sounds so weird. Look, I'm sorry about that. So let's get back to normal. Let's be a family again. Back to normal? Back to those days where you called me a stranger and wouldn't accept me as family. Are you saying we'll go back to that time? I'm sorry, but your mother and father are also human beings. We can't accept everything. Please, I said I'm sorry. Okay, I'm gonna turn off the notifications. I'm also blocking you. So from now on, it'll be just you and your dad, minimum contact. Minimum contact? You're on your own. Good luck with your life, Evelyn. In the end, Evelyn, who could not afford the tuition fees, did not enroll in university. My mother-in-law knew the situation, and since she is a strict person, she really lets Evelyn live on her own within a month. She is currently working part-time jobs to make a living, and she has been trying to understand the difficulties of living on her own. A complete change from the irresponsible and free life she used to lead. I hear that she is exhausted by her solitary life.
Gia, we need to talk. I've been trying to see our daughter for the last 3 weeks, but you keep making excuses. I have visitation rights, and I deserve to spend time with her.
Carl, I told you before, she's too busy with school right now. She needs to focus on her studies, and I don't want her to be distracted.
I understand the importance of her situation, Gia, but she's only 8. Her schoolwork can't be so strenuous that I can't spend time with her. I have a right to be in her life too. It's not fair to keep her away from me on the weekends, when I'm available and she's off school.
This isn't about fairness, Carl. It's about doing what's best for her daughter. I don't want her to fall behind because of disruptions in her routine, even if she's only 8.
I'm not asking for much, Gia. Just a few hours on the weekends. I want to be involved in her life. She needs to spend time with her father. Plus, I know for a fact you don't have her in any sort of routine because you couldn't even keep one for yourself, let alone your daughter.
If you're gonna insult me, I'm not gonna accommodate this conversation anymore. You call her during the week, and I think that's enough for now. Her grades have been slipping, and I can't risk her falling further behind because of your visitation. School should be her top priority.
Look, Gia, I'm not trying to undermine her education or insult you, but spending time with her father is important too. We need to find a way to balance both. Maybe we can work out a schedule that accommodates her schoolwork as well as my visitation rights.
I don't think you understand, Carl. This is my decision as her primary caregiver, and I have her best interests at heart. We can revisit this issue once her grades improve and she has more free time.
I want to be a part of her life, not just a visitor. Our daughter deserves to have both of her parents actively involved. Let's try to find a compromise that works for everyone. And you and I both know that the only reason you were granted full custody was because I have to travel for work. Otherwise, she would have been with me.
I'll think about it, Carl, but for now, I need her to focus on school. We can discuss this again when the circumstances are better. Maybe you should have chosen a job that was more family-friendly then.
If it wasn't for my job, I wouldn't be able to pay twice as much as required for child support. But let's not get into that argument. Please, just understand how important it is for me to have a relationship with our daughter. I don't want her to think I've abandoned her like my father did to me.
I'll think about it.
Gia, I just got a call from the school. They informed me that you withdrew our daughter without even consulting me. What's going on?
Oh, hi, Carl. Yeah, I made the decision to pull her out of that school. There were some things that didn't feel right.
What do you mean, didn't feel right? You can't just make such a significant decision without discussing it with me first. We're supposed to co-parent and make these choices together. She can't just not go to school anymore because something didn't feel right.
Oh, relax. I had her best interests in mind. I felt that the environment at that school wasn't suitable for her anymore. I don't think it required both of us to make this decision.
She's my daughter too. We need to make decisions about her education together. It's not up to you alone. I should have been involved in this process. And you should have told me if you were having problems with her school. Not just pull her out of the blue and not tell me about it.
I just did what needed to be done. I didn't want to waste any more money with her being at a school like that. I thought it was best to act swiftly.
Acting swiftly doesn't mean excluding me from the decision-making process entirely. We both have the right to be involved in our daughter's life, including her education. I want to be kept in the loop.
I'm only doing what I believe is best for her. I'm her mother, and I hold sole custody. I can do what I want, and I don't always need to involve you in everything.
I wish you would stop throwing the custody thing in my face. We've spoken about this. I didn't lose custody because I wasn't a fit father. And regardless, I want to be an active and involved parent. I want to have regular visitation with our daughter as well. You can't keep locking me out or sending her to her grandmother.
Look, I know you want to spend more time with her, but right now, it's just not possible. I'm just doing what's right for her. It's not like I'm keeping you away from her for a reason.
Gia, it's been months since I've seen our daughter. I understand the need for stability, but I deserve to have a consistent presence in her life. We need to work together to find a balance that benefits her and allows me to be involved. At this point, it certainly does seem like you are trying to keep me away from her.
Don't be ridiculous. I'm not trying to keep you away from her. I just want to ensure that everything's in place for her well-being.
I'm trying to do my best as a father, but it seems like all you want from me is money, and you don't want to work together as parents.
My boyfriend and I have our own money.
At this rate, your random new young boyfriend sees more of my daughter than her own father does.
Don't be so sensitive.
We need to sort this out, Gia. We need to find her a new school, and I want to have proper, regular visits with her.
Yeah, whatever.
Gia, I can't believe the audacity you have.
What is it now, Carl? You've been harassing me so often. I'm really getting tired of it.
I finally got to see my daughter, but only because I came to the house unannounced. And what I do find when I knock on the door, other than my young daughter home alone, because her mother's been away for the past 3 days with her boyfriend.
You can't just show up unannounced.
Just as well I did, Gia. How could you just leave our 8-year-old at home to fend for herself for several days?
Oh, relax. She's been perfectly fine the other times. Plus, she prefers it to going to her grandmother anyway.
First off, I'm not surprised she'd rather be on her own than stay with your mother. She can't even take care of herself. There's no way she can take care of a child for days on end. Secondly, are you telling me you've done this before?
Of course I have. Brent and I need some alone time too. She just gets in the way. Plus, I don't want to pay for her to go on vacation with us. She's always such a pain.
Please tell me this is some kind of sick joke. You're complaining about your own daughter and have chosen to be with your boyfriend over her. She also told me that the reason you took her out of school was so you could pay for your weekly getaways?
Oh, that snotty brat. I knew I shouldn't have told her anything.
Are you serious? What other neglectful things have you been doing with our child? Have you even been using the money I pay for child support for our child?
Well, she's fed, isn't she?
I give you $5,000 a month. It's not just meant for you to feed her. If food is $200, what are you doing with the rest of the money?
I don't need to explain myself to you, Carl.
Where our daughter is concerned, yes you do. The only reason you got custody was that the court thought she'd have a more stable environment growing up in your house. But all I see from you is negligence.
Give me a break. I have been busy, okay?
You can't just take a break from caring for a child.
That's why Brent and I have been going away.
This is unbelievable. I'm taking my child and going straight to court to get the custody changed.
You can't do that.
Watch me. Brent, I need to talk to you about something. Hey buddy, what's up? I'm really concerned about the way my ex-wife has been treating our daughter. I need your help to gather evidence so I can fight for custody. She won't let me anywhere near her or the house. I'm not sure if I should get involved in this, man. It's a delicate situation, and I don't want to cause any more tension. Please, Brent. I'm desperate to protect my daughter. She's been subjected to abuse, and I can't stand by and let it continue. And neither should you. I need solid evidence to present in court, but I need your help to get it. I get it, but this really is a complicated matter. I'm dating Gia. I can't exactly go against her. Involving myself could create even more problems. I don't want to strain our relationship or make things worse for anyone involved. Look, I understand your hesitation, Brent, but I'm at a loss here. I'm her father, and I need to do everything I can to ensure her safety. I'm willing to compensate you for your help. This is about protecting an innocent child. Well, what kind of money are we talking? Like, this is a serious matter, and I need to consider all the implications. Name your price. I'm just desperate to gather evidence to support my case. I want what's best for our daughter, and right now, her well-being's in jeopardy. Okay, $50K. Done. Please, just get me the evidence I need to take back custody of my baby. I already know Gia doesn't want to have to take care for her and sees her as a burden, but she won't willingly give up custody and risk losing the money I pay to support my child. I'll see what I can come up with. So, it turns out, Gia's been using the child support you pay her for a ton of different things. I know she doesn't work, but she thinks I believe that she's living off an inheritance from her father. Her father isn't dead. Yeah, that's what your daughter said too. She said her grandpa moved to live with his new wife. Anyway, I found a bank statement that shows your money coming into her account and then immediately going out for hotel bookings and things. I can't believe this. I mean, I never thought she'd do something like this. I also got a recording of her admitting that the reason she took your daughter out of school was that it was costing too much, and she needed to use the money elsewhere, which doesn't make sense to me if she's so rich with her inheritance. Because the inheritance doesn't exist. I'm the fool that's paying for this lavish lifestyle she's trying to live to impress you. With this evidence, I'm gonna sue her for misusing the funds I sent her and to get custody back of my baby girl. There's one more thing. What is it? Well, I was slightly careless this morning, and Gia figured out that I was helping you. Now she wants me to make it up to her for betraying her. What does she want? She wants to get you arrested. And how's she gonna do that? I haven't done anything wrong. She actually tried to convince me to beat her around a bit so she could blame it on you and have you charged with domestic violence and battery. What? That's crazy. She's completely lost her mind. Obviously, you're not gonna do that, right? Things seem to be getting a bit intense, but I'll continue to help you take Gia down if we bump the compensation up to $75,000. Are you serious? Yeah, doing all this is really taking a toll on me, man. Alright, fine, whatever. As long as I get custody of my daughter.
Carl, listen, I know we haven't been seeing eye to eye recently, and I know you've been trying to get evidence against me, but I think we need to work together and not against each other.
This just seems like you're trying to manipulate me into giving up my pursuit so you can keep getting away with what you're doing.
No, listen to me. Brendan's using us for our money.
You don't have money, Gia. You've been living off my maintenance.
He's trying to place us against each other so that he can get the most of the situation for himself. You have to believe me.
That does actually sound right, because he told me he wanted more money to continue helping me.
Don't give him anything.
I'm not going to. I'm going to sort this matter out myself. Hey, Megs, I need your help with something.
Hi, big bro. Sure, what do you need?
I know you've been working in the legal system for a few years now, and I could really use your pull in the area.
What's going on?
Okay, I'm gonna send you the messages between Gia and myself, as well as from her boyfriend and me. I need to know if I can use them as evidence to get my child into my custody.
Okay, I'll have a look at them. I've just finished going through everything, and I can't believe my baby niece has been neglected by her mother like this. I love that child, and I'll do everything I can to help you get her out of that house.
Thank you, Megan. I really appreciate your help. I tried to get Brent to help me, but it seems like he's just trying to get money out of me and wasn't going to help me at all.
Wait, Brent? As in, Brent Davidson?
Yes, how did you know that?
Oh my god, he was my high school sweetheart.
What?
I can't believe he's back in town.
Megan, stay focused here. I need you to help me take him and Gia down so I can get custody of my child.
Yeah, don't worry, I'll help. Thanks to your bright idea to get Megan involved, she's now trying to steal Brent from me.
What? What are you talking about?
I saw the messages between him and her on his phone. She's told him everything you told her, and wants to help him out of this situation. No doubt she's doing this just to try and get back with him.
No, that can't be right. Why would she go behind my back and do this?
The same reason I was buying expensive vacations and spa treatments for Brent and me, to try and impress him.
I can't believe she would do this to me, my own sister?
How about this? You and I team up and get back at both of them for backstabbing us. They'll never see it coming.
What would I get out of this?
We'll get the satisfaction of revenge, and I'll let you have your visitation with our daughter.
Done. I don't care about the revenge. I just want to be able to be present in my daughter's life. Although I agreed to team up with Gia, I was only out to help myself. I used all our chat conversations and the evidence Brent had given me against them in court. In the end, my ex-wife was arrested for child abuse, and I got full custody of my daughter. Brent was arrested for domestic violence because even though Gia instigated it, he still beat up a woman. As for my sister, she lost her job for trying to manipulate the system for Brent, and ultimately betraying her legal oath. I also decided to get my daughter a full-time nanny to care for her when I had to go away for work. And she loves it because she feels like she has a big sister. Our life is better together. She's thriving after I got her back into school with all her friends. And having a stable routine in her life with a present parent who truly cares for her.